This is Shashi Nair welcomes you once again to the series on interpersonal relationship skills. I'm sure you would have gone through the earlier parts of the subject, and I hope and wish you're all safe, fit, and fine. Now, let us start with the session. Welcome to today's very interesting and informative session on self development topic, that is interpersonal relationship skills. We continue with the base statement that I make in every part. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your relationship with people. With this, let us see what we have understood in the two parts that we have done previously. A small recap. Part A, we had a small introduction on interpersonal relationship skills. Then we learned about self analysis, self management, make yourself likable. How can you make yourself likable by other people? And the part B series, we learned about active listening skills and also about the tactful conversation skills and how to give feedback, how to get feedback, and how to make a constructive criticism. So these two parts I'm sure you would have gone through. If not, I request you to go through it again before you continue with this part. With this, let me take you to the concluding part of the series on interpersonal relationship skills. Here, I'll be covering few more valuable skills one need to build in order to develop good relationship with people around us. So, let's begin. Here in this picture, two people are looking at the same figure from two different sides. One sees it as 6, the other sees it as 9. Now, in this scenario, who's right or who's wrong? Differences of opinion happens due to seeing the same things with different perspective. In a scenario where differences occur, which is generally unavoidable, it do happen very often. Make an attempt to understand the same thing with the other person's perspective and just see what's wrong or what's right rather than who's right or who's wrong. As we say, put yourself into the other person's shoes and try to see the things with the other person's perspective. Maybe this can be corrected with mutual understanding. What I'm attempting to say here is to maintain good interpersonal relationships, your intrapersonal relationship has to be wonderful. Now, what is this difference between these two words, interpersonal and intrapersonal? Let us try to understand. Intrapersonal relationship. The intrapersonal relationship is one that you have with yourself. Some of the aspects I've covered in part A. The relationship that you have with yourself. It's all about how well you know about yourself. Self analysis, like your moods, your emotions, and its impact that will have on the other person while you're interacting with people. Self management, how well can you control your moods and emotions when you're in front of people? And also your strengths and weaknesses. Do a detailed analysis of yourself in terms of your strengths and weaknesses in building relationships. Try to identify your weaker areas, try to develop on it, improve the weak areas, strengthen them, and build good relationship with people. Having said this, now we'll go a little deeper into understanding of building relationships. The coming era, now entering into a new era after the huge pandemic that we all are going through, the post COVID-19 era, it's definitely going to be different. It's not going to be same. There's bound to be tremendous change in the way people are going to communicate, the way people are going to interact, the people are going to behave, act, or even react. There'll be new paradigm in relationship building. The way people are going to manage relationships are going to be different. Life will not be the way it is today. The pandemic which has come in has taught us few things. To think for the society as a whole, not for self. Even the need for the others to think about our safety has come into our mind now. The value of life, the value of survival is the way to survive has a new definition, a new norm altogether. The scenario of social distancing and other hygiene standards are going to stay for a long while. It's not going to get over soon. The spread of the virus is not stopping any sooner. It's a long haul. People will have to learn an entirely new way of living, adopt to new unwritten norms. Life will not be the way we lived few months back. This definitely is going to put a different perspective to life. The new era will have a different perspective to life. Things are going to be different as the scenario that many of us know now. The pandemic have resulted in higher level of stress and uncertainties because people losing jobs, businesses and losses, or even shutting down, organizations cutting down on people, incomes reducing. All these are going to add to stress levels. There will also be restricted or limited personal interactions, limited and restricted social life. The need to be alert every time, every moment, which will bring in a lot of intolerance level and a higher level of stress. These scenario will definitely demand stronger emotional support. Need to be closer to people but still maintaining the distance. That is being connected to more people strongly in the emotional plane by keeping distance. How can we do that? This can be done by diluting the boundaries that we have built between people or relationships. Surely many of us would have had some differences with few or many before the pandemic started. And today, I'm sure we don't even remember why it happened. So, in such a scenario, this is the right time to build or rebuild stronger relationships. Rejuvenate the relationship by diluting the differences, or we say break the wall. How can we do that? I'll give you few important tips. Strengthen the relationship through higher level of transparency. Now, how can we bring in these higher level of transparency? We can bring in higher level of transparency in relationship through first getting rid of the barriers. Few of the barriers that we have discussed in part B, the preliminary being attitudinal barriers, that is barriers of prejudice, perceptions, ego, casual approach, all this. The level of transparency can be increased also by sharing. Sharing what? Sharing about ourselves, more about ourselves, letting people know more about ourselves, our likes, our dislikes, our feelings, views, challenges, open opinion. There are many things that people don't know about us. Share some interesting insights with people from the past. Share something that you've learned. Share some experiences. Many things that we can share with people that will bring in more people closer to you. We can also increase the level of transparency by taking feedback from people positively. Feedback about their feeling about us, feedback about our weaknesses, feeling about our areas for improvement. Ask people or when people give you feedback, take it positively and work upon them. This will help you to weaken the wall that has been developed between the relationship. You will have a stronger connect with people. You will become more emotionally bonded. And in scenario that is going to be there, you will feel much more safer in this environment. So keep these three important points in mind. First is getting rid of all your barriers. Second is sharing. Share as much as we can with people around us. And also taking and receiving, or even sometimes asking for feedback about ourselves from people. This methodology is derived from a scientific way of analyzing people's relationship called as the Johari window. I'm not covering much about the Johari window here. It's a long subject matter. Maybe I will try to cover it up as a separate topic sometime later. So with these inputs, I'm ending the topic on interpersonal relationship, a three-part series which I've covered the best points that is possible. The topic is too deep, but my idea is to give some inputs, valuable inputs, which will definitely will help everyone to improve relationship with people around us. So with this, I'm thanking you for listening to the subject. So please like and subscribe to get all the future videos. Put your comments and feedbacks in the comment section so that I know how do you like it. If you have interest in any topics, please put it in the comment box. Maybe I can develop a session on that. But surely don't forget to click like and subscribe button so that you are alerted about my new topics which is going to be released very soon. Thank you very much. Best wishes to all of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, be strong, and build positive relationship. Thank you. Bye bye.